let us come to the next topic. Air standard cycles and its assumptions. What are air standard cycles and its assumptions? Air standard cycles. We know that the IC engine works on 4 processes of intake, compression, combustion, expansion and exhaust. So it is not a thermodynamic cycle of an open system. Means the fuel air mixture enters in the intake and in the exhaust the burnt fuel after combustion leaves the cylinder. So the working fluid does not complete a cyclic process for this reason. But since we have to do analysis, we have to consider it as a closed cycle. We cannot do an analysis on an open cycle. So here only air is the working fluid we take and heat is supplied by some reservoir and not by the burning of the fuel. This standard cycle is known as the air standard cycle. Now what are the assumptions? Briefly we have covered, but the first is that the working fluid is a perfect gas. The air is a near perfect gas in this case. Number 2, no change in the mass of the working medium. The mass remains the same. This is for analysis, as I said. All the processes of the cycle are reversible. These are assumptions. Heat assumed to be supplied from a constant high temperature source and not from a chemical reaction. Understand this. Chemical reaction, the heat varies. But here we assume that the heat is supplied from a constant high temperature source and not from the chemical reaction. Consequently, we assume that there are no heat losses. And the 6th, the working medium has constant specific heats throughout the cycle. If the specific heat changes, the analysis would be incorrect. The air standard cycle is used because of its simplicity in getting approximate answers to complicated processes. As we have seen, the 4 stages are complicated. And to get answers, we use the air standard cycle. And also, consequently, to define different engines, we have different air standard cycles. What are those? First is the Carnot cycle, Carnot, C-R-N-O-T. You must have read these things in the earlier semesters during your thermodynamic subject. The Carnot cycle is considered an ideal cycle of the air standard cycle. And we generally compare with it, other cycles with it, so as to judge the degree of perfection of that particular cycle after comparing with it. It gives the concept of maximum work output between the 2 temperature limits, the initial temperature and the temperature due to the heat supplied by the source. The second type of standard cycles are Stirling cycle. In this, the Stirling engine is used in auto and marine industries. The Otto cycle we all know is a petrol engine. Diesel cycle is another type. We use it for the diesel engines. There is another Ericsson cycle. It has no application in piston engines, but it is used in gas turbines. This also you would have read in an earlier semester. Dual cycle, dual engine, and for automobiles. Dual engine we will cover in the next. The 7th type is the Atkinson cycle. It is the ideal cycle of an auto engine. All these we will be studying in detail once we This is sort of an introduction. We will be studying each cycle in detail. It is an ideal cycle of Otto engine which exhausts into a gas turbine. The air type is the Brayton cycle, the theoretical cycle of a gas turbine. Now let us examine each one. Otto and diesel you have read. We have already covered the previous lectures. Now let us come to the dual combustion cycle. Dual combustion cycle is a thermal cycle of a combination of the Otto and diesel cycle. There is the petrol and diesel cycle. It is a combination of both of them. Heat is added partly at constant volume. Constant volume we know is the Otto cycle. It's called isochoric. And partly at constant pressure. Diesel called isobaric. The significance is that more time is available for fuel to completely combust. This is why there was a variation. The dual combustion cycle was invented. Mixture of both cycles, and the aim was to increase the time of combustion so that the fuel air mixture or whatever the fuel is, it is completely burned. Once that happens, naturally the efficiency of that particular engine rises. Because of lag characteristics used, it has got lag characteristics, it is used for the diesel and hot spot ignition engines. This is the usage of the dual combustion cycle. Now let us look at these at the PV diagram and the TS. TS is entropy. Now before that, I would like to remind you brief definition of what we have studied in thermodynamics. Adiabatic system is one in which heat does not leave or enter the system. Isentropic, the work transfers of the system are frictionless with no transfer of heat or matter. Entropy, that will also come subsequently. Entropy is a measure of a system's thermal energy per unit temperature that is unavailable for doing useful work. I suggest you briefly look back to your notes and get yourself clarified on that. So this dual combustion cycle consists of two adiabatic, two constant volume and one constant pressure process. Constant pressure, diesel, two constant volume, petrol part. PV, this is the PV diagram. This is the temperature entropy diagram. 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression. Addition 2 to 3, addition of heat at constant volume, petrol part. 3 to 4, addition of heat at constant pressure, this is the diesel part. As I said, both are, it's a combination of diesel and petrol. Addition of heat at constant pressure. 4 to 5, adiabatic, isentropic expansion. 5 to 1 is the rejection of heat at constant volume. So as you see, this is the dual combustion cycle is a combination of petrol and diesel cycles. Now we change it.